La Yeri,
Hola, Cata, ¿cómo estás?
muy bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien, muy bien. We're just waiting now.
Listo.
Es raro. Vamos a ver.
Hi, Catalina. Hi, Finan. Can you hear me?
Yes,
No
Hi,
sé,
how are
ya.
you?
we're
My
doing great.
apologies.
And yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Sorry for the delay. Um, my name is Isman. I'm in the FP&A space for a few years. I'm an account executive here at Datarails and really excited to hear about what interested you about us.
Okay, so my name is Yalitza. I'm a finance manager here at the company. Catalina
Hmm.
is part of our team. She's a data financial analyst. And we are constantly reporting to our executives.
Hmm.
Our main tool is QuickBooks. We get information from QuickBooks. We enter everything there. But we have run into challenges when creating reports for the executives that those reports are reliable and
Hmm.
it contains the information that they really need to move forward on decision making.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
we're looking for an AI tool that help us navigate and condense the time and the type of reporting that we should be presenting to our executives for that moment of decision making.
What kind of reports are they? Yuritsa, what kind of reports are you preparing?
We prepare ROI reports, we prepare cash flow, we prepare P&Ls, we prepare risk management type of assessment. We
Hmm.
prepare we have a sales pipeline in which
Awesome.
we are supposed to receive money
Hmm.
deposit from the installer or partner. So we track that. So we have several tracking spreadsheets and several reports that we present that combine makes the opens the table for us to make decisions.
Okay. And you don't have a dashboard to see any of these items.
I can show you the Google Sheets.
Is that what you're, that's funny. Is that what you're currently using, or do you use Excel?
I do Excel and then I go ahead and copy and paste to Google Sheet.
Oh, got
Yeah,
it.
but we mainly use Google Sheet because the our system is connected with the Google Suite.
Okay. Um, so like I would say Google Sheets is probably the majority of your use, and then Excel is secondary.
Yes, I use it as a primary, and then I copy and paste to Google Sheet
Hmm.
to make it everything housed into Google. So the system automatically converts it into Google Sheet. But yes, main is Google and secondary is Excel. I prefer Excel, but if we get everything through Excel, it is what it is. But if
Hmm.
it can connect with Google Sheet, more amazing.
Yeah. And you're just pulling data from QuickBooks, or you have any other systems in place?
Now we pull data and I input manually information.
Got it, got it. Yeah, but like your only source of data is the ERP, which is QuickBooks, right? You're not using like a Salesforce or
No,
okay.
we have a CRM.
Yeah,
It's
which one
called
is that?
Yeah,
Sunbase. We use
Sunbase.
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 Okay. I'm assuming that's industry
Yeah.
specific,
Yes.
right? Mhm.
So
Right now here is a solar business.
Right, right, exactly.
But we wanna make sure that if we can have a reliable tool because we have other three entities that we are managing as well little by little. But right now we're focusing on the solar one and then we can duplicate or triplicate to the other entities.
Makes complete sense. And do you have any specific bank accounts? Do you have any cash management tools in place that, connect directly to your accounts? You're able to get cash flow forecasts, visualizations, AP,
Everything's
AR,
connected with QuickBooks, that's
everything
it.
is QuickBooks. All right, got it. Perfect. So, yeah, and when you talk about AI in particular, are you looking for someone to like analyze your data, kind of bifurcate it in certain ways? What is the use for AI in particular that you're looking for at Data Rails?
So mostly that the systems it has the capacity to first help us structure those spreadsheets or those
Hmm.
reports and help us analyzing because I still when I with the simple ChatGPT or the simple AIs that we have, I just put it up, hey, analyze this, but I still go on the back end. I see what I need and then make sure that everything correlates, right? That it's
Yeah.
telling the true story because no AI system, they don't know our patterns, our
Hmm.
repetitions, or whatever our tendency is, will not get the whole picture. But that's when I go in and I read through and then I tweak
Yeah.
some information.
Yeah. But
Catalina, do
Jerry,
you
it's like,
have any?
yeah.
Uh-huh,
Sorry,
go
go ahead.
ahead.
So I think that there are a lot of steps when it comes to that, and the idea is that you're taking secure data, putting it on an unsecure network that doesn't even understand your data. It just knows a
Mhm.
specific portion that you're designing and prompting it with. And then you have to go and ensure the validity of the data by checking the reports again, making sure it's correct. Now, this is going to take you hours
It takes
unnecessarily.
us. Mm-hmm.
And but it's unnecessary. You don't have to
Mm-hmm.
do that. Because the way that I will show you certain systems that we have in place here at Data Rails, all that time that you are spending correcting spreadsheets or fixing inaccuracies can be done by the cloud, and you can refocus your time on what matters to you, which is strategy, insights, really why you started working here in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Like leave the heavy lifting and the correction of data models and just organization to data rails, frankly.
All right.
Um,
Catalina, do you have any other insight or something that you want to comment so can where Asman has a more complete
yeah,
picture because she does the data and financial analyst. She's a
nice,
goddess with the spreadsheet, with
awesome.
formulas, with coming up with the ROIs information. She's my go-to person whenever I need to analyze something on a farther
Nice.
level. So for me, it's important that she also has to say on this.
Please, please, by all
Okay.
means.
Mhm. Okay, but that was like mainly it. We do one is like a system where we can connect all of our data sources, which is mainly QuickBooks, but we also have some data that we pull from our CRM some ways, and also we have like a software when we have data for payments and commissions that we send, and they both have an API. So we pull information from them to spreadsheets, but we need to, I don't know, something more uh options.
Absolutely. For you, Catalina, if you, let's say, were working in the Excel environment that you're already familiar with, right? But now you had certain operations within Excel that would just automate everything. Do you think that would be helpful for you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Like, do you build out any kind of pivot tables or do any kind of drill downs? Is that common for you?
Yes, it is. Yeah, we do our, it's basically manual. Like
Yeah.
we have some automations for um, getting data from the other sources, but in Excel we do everything like in manually. Like we do the reports, the return on investment reports
Hmm.
manually. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, for sure. Okay, so um, thank you for sharing your use case a little bit. Well, I will give you comfort by letting you know that you're not alone. This is a problem that we're solving day in and day out. Today, I'll kind of go and give you like a high level overview of what Data Rails does because it envelopes a lot of functions for the finance team, right? We're not just an organization that handles budgeting, forecasting, reporting, right? We want to take care of every facet of the engine for the office of the CFO. So what are those components? Cash management, month-end close, spend control, any kind of contracts that you have, for example, that you're like you're not keeping track of and stuff, but they're like losing you money because now there's an auto renewal coming up. The idea is that we want to take care of all those aspects, all under one umbrella term where all your sources of data now speak to each other and are consolidated in one space, one-stop shop, the way I'd like to describe it. If that is aligned with what you are looking for today, happy to jump into the platform and talk deeper. Yeah, it says getting
Wait, yes.
exactly. Yeah, no, I would too. I would too as well, for sure. So let's jump in. If you have any questions for me as we move along, by all means, just bear with me 1 second as I'm setting up my environment. Thank you for your
Okay.
patience. By the way, in terms of like your level of urgency, how quickly are you looking to like, have a product in place? What is your timeline?
We would like to have something in place by the end of the month. At least present this to our boss and have his approval because we need to move fast with decision making and it's taking us too much time.
100%. So like, is would we need to invite them to the next call? Is what are you thinking about this project, Yaritza and Catalina, as we go along? Of course, we have the demo to do, but it always helps us from a immediacy standpoint that how do we position our product, what do we need to show, and everything. So it just gives us a little bit of clarity.
Okay, I would think that yes, it will be a good idea bringing
Hmm.
our boss, our CEO into a demo eventually.
Okay.
And yeah, because he will be able to see the capacity and how this will help because he is encouraging us to look into AI
Yeah.
into more efficient ways to do our job, mostly
Hmm.
not to replace it, but more to make us have more time to do other tasks and focus, like you mentioned at the beginning, focus on what really matters for each of us
I agree.
in our
I absolutely
positions.
agree with that for sure. So let's just jump in. Also, by the way, do you have a specific budget for a project like this? Any idea what that looks like? Or
We don't. This will be a
Mhm.
new thing for our finance department. The only
Sounds good.
thing we budget is QuickBooks, and every
Awesome.
other system is for operational wise. So this will be our first for finance and accounting specifics.
Got it. Perfect. Okay, so let's jump in. And then maybe we can speak about next steps as we go along. Um, so I would love to start by welcoming you to Data Rails. Here we have an incredibly strong partnership with Microsoft. The reason that is because it gives us very strong co-innovation opportunities as we continue to enhance our tool. Now, generally, what are the kind of companies that are coming to us, right? And becoming our partner? Generally, they're pulling data from these different sources. ERPs like QuickBooks, CRM platforms, headcount related platforms, banks, business intelligence tools, right? And then someone on that team, or teams for that matter, is manipulating this data, right? Whether that's building out pivot tables, consolidating reports to suit internal needs, you name it. And then they are pushing this data into Excel or PowerPoint to visualize. Tell me, is it common practice for you guys to build out presentations or decks or these kind of like things for leadership, your boss? Is that common?
We do presentations, but we just present the spreadsheets with the information, not like a PowerPoint presentation type. It's more the reports.
Got it.
That's our
Okay,
bread
perfect.
and
Yeah,
butter.
that's your bread and butter. Got it. Perfect. Okay. Would you say that this, oh, sorry. Do you think that, would you say that this is somewhat similar to what you are experiencing today?
I do.
Awesome. So the reason I'm showing you this is to highlight the middle section of this process. Now, if you are working within Excel, especially Excel, I mean, Google Sheets is fine as well. It's just that Datarails has a native Excel connection. We still can work with Google Sheets, not a problem, but we work within the Excel environment with our Datarails ribbon. That's just the primary difference.
Hmm.
Anyway, the fact that you're using these models is great because they're still the best modeling and reporting tools in the world. But they come with their limitations. They're not good for bringing data from different sources. They're not good for visualization. And frankly, a lot of companies are using them like a database. They're not meant for that. So we understand that problem. We come in and we connect to all your sources of data. Now, we're data and system agnostic. We will connect to your system as long as there's an API connection, the way Catalina was describing, as long as they are not closed from their end, Datarails will be able to connect. Now, once we connect, all that data gets secured into our cloud hosted database here, where now your data is going to be mapped and structured into various outputs. The first output, and also by the way, in like layman's terms, what that means is that all the work, Yarit said that you might be experiencing today, that you're having to run around from this file to that, and version control, whatever the rut might be, and taking you hours of time, all of that is being replaced and offset by the cloud. Because now the cloud is taking charge of all those different manual labor forces. So anywhere between 75 to 85% of your time is back because of the way that the cloud is functioning for you. So the first obvious is Excel. So it's going to keep you in an environment that you're already familiar with. We will have an Excel add-in. You're going to be able to do things that does not have a super steep learning curve. The second is presentations. Now I understand that you are not building up PowerPoints and stuff, and you're like literally presenting your reports. But today at Data Rails, you're going to click one button and an entire deck will be ready for you. And then finally, dashboards. There's so many different data points that you are looking at as a business. You need a place where you can see all of that in a refined way. And other members of your team, for example, any budget owner or any other kind of person that is relevant to the project is coming in and he wants to see their insights, but they don't have like a computer science degree. How do we make their insights easier for them to be able to understand? You know what I mean? So that's why we have these dashboards that we've generated and created over time. This is the reason why we sit on top of our leaderboard today. Ease of use, as I mentioned earlier, we don't have a heavy IT involvement. We don't force you out of Excel. It's just really simple. Now, AI. Now, as you have been recommended that, looking at tools that AI today, it's such a buzzword. Today, our approach is very different when it comes to AI. What the market does is it just analyzes your data. Here at Data Rails, we show you what you need to be paying attention to as an organization. What are the gaps? What are the trends? What are the historicals? What are the details that the machine learning model is going to be able to detect for you? And then scalability. Look, as your use case expands, your company grows, you need a tool that you are not going to rip out and replace, but one that will scale with you every step of the way, right? We are at Data Rails are building long-term partnerships. Now, very quickly, something we offer, it's part of our package, is premium support. Now, whether you have a quick question, you need hands-on help, our support is always available and always unlimited. And these are financial professionals in the Data Rails platform, not some generic customer service reps. To not only take care of the entire office of the CFO, but also make it financially feasible for you and your team. As we jump in, any questions from the team over here?
I think we lost you when you transitioned to this deck. So we
Yeah.
didn't get this part of the CFO.
Oh, my apologies. Okay, yeah. So basically, what I was just showing you was that these are all our different modules and our offerings. We will focus on FP&A today, but it's important for me to mention that Data Rails has cash, month and close, as well as spend control, all to just take care of the entire engine, right? The reason we bundle all of this together is to make it financially feasible for you and to make sure that you are not running from ERP to CRM to headcount related platform. You just have a one-stop shop place to be able to carry out all your operations financially and as well as operationally. Any questions here so far as we jump into the platform?
Not me.
Awesome.
Catalina, do you have any questions?
Any questions?
No, I don't. All of those four parts you were showing are like one part of the system, right? Correct.
Yeah, so all the different products, like
Yeah, the
the last slide
finance
that
plan
we were
analysis,
presenting.
month. Yep.
Yeah, so they're all different modules uh, that you can get as standalone products as well, or you can get it as a bundle for like everything that whatever your priorities are for your business, that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Okay.
this is the data rails environment as we jump in. Um, the first thing I want to show you is data status and integration status. What this means is that your data has now been successfully integrated with data rails. We are good to go. Now, in case your team is experiencing version control issues, data inaccuracies, duplications, whatever that may be, you're going to get a notification from Datarails. For example, if you have a new field, like an entity, customer, location, whatever, hey, please go ahead and map this item. So you're going to click this button and now you will map it. What that means is that now the data has been completely cleaned and is taking its time into the system. From a monthly reporting standpoint, if I wanted to show you kind of like how we work over here in business, let me just show you these, something we call workflows. So just taking this workflow as an example, these are all your different sources of data. All of them are connected in data inputs. Once they are connected, we are automatically able to surface insights, explain GL level variances, and highlight trends that would otherwise take you hours to uncover manually. We will take your chart of accounts during implementation. We will completely automate any kind of allocations, eliminations, and foreign conversions you might be doing to then give you various outputs. Now, this demo is a simple environment, so we've kept things simple with the three-statement model, balance sheets, cash flows, and P&Ls. But please assume that these workflows can be as simple and as complex as you might need. Any questions over here?
No, that's exactly the reporting that our boss is asking us to do going starting in February. He wants to see this monthly.
Yeah, so this is exactly how he can through virtue of workflows. Everything is getting brought in together here.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Let's talk about Excel a little bit. So this
Mm-hmm.
is essentially what you're looking at a standard P&L template. Um, what we will be providing these to you. We can be using any of yours. That's not important. What's important is this data rails ribbon. This is allowing us to work within the environment that you're already familiar with. So this is giving us all the different tools and functionalities. When I log into the user, you'll get a plethora of all these different functions. So just to show you one, if I were to run a standard drill down using sales of product revenue just on the P&L, immediately in a click of a button, it would build out this pivot table, right? It's going to show you the key drivers of revenue. It's going to build it out in a bar chart, everything. Now, the second and more important thing that happens with the drill down is the raw transactional data at the granular level, at the most granular level that you're not getting chance to. So why is this important, right? You're getting payments, invoices, headcount related metrics, pay rate, per employee data, all that in under the GL, for example, in this case. The interesting thing is that because you have different source systems, you can run this drill down through multiple systems simultaneously and everything gets consolidated in one report, which you can then add to a dashboard. You can schedule it out to your team. You can download it by a PDF. You can create custom filters, hierarchies, really the way that these operations would happen. And the beauty of all of this is that what you're looking at, is something you already know. You know what I mean? So it's
Mm-hmm.
familiar territory of sorts. Any questions over here so far? I know I've been speaking so much.
I'm good.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, go ahead. Oh, okay.
No, we're good.
All right, so let's talk about these dashboards in data rails. And I'm telling you, this is the game changer, right? When these dashboards come in play, all the different data points get kind of well manipulated, which I will show you. We're providing you unlimited dashboards within the platform based on any relevant financial and operational analysis, right? What you're looking at over here is a P&L dashboard, which is live linked to the Excel file. So any change in Excel is now reflected in this dashboard in real time. No gaps, no delays. One of the beauties of this is that this is completely customizable. Layouts, metrics, colors, filters, you name it, right? So that it aligns with your internal reporting needs. Let's talk about that drill down that we did in Excel. You have the ability to drill down in the dashboard by customer, entity, location, account field, really up to you. And also it allows you the ability to drill down at the subset level. So taking May 25th, for example, income, I can break it down by the next subset and the subset after
Mm.
that and the subset after that. Until now, you'll notice that it's broken it down by the city, just as an
Wow.
example, right? So the idea over here is, Catalina and Yaritza, is that once you're connected to the source system, you can bifurcate the data in any way, shape, or form. That's what our implementation team is here for, right? And it's just a very intuitive way of doing things, I think. Is this resonating with you? I'm very curious. Is this what you were kind of like hoping to see in the demo today? Would love your thoughts. Of course, there's more I would like to show you, but would like to get a temperature check of sorts.
From my end, it's much more than what I expected, so it
Mhm.
looks like it's a really complete tool.
Thank you. I wish I made it, but I'll convey it to someone, the people who did. I just sell this. Awesome. Yeah, that's good to hear. Now, something else that I kind of want to show you is that, and I think this might really interest your boss as well as your team, would be something that we describe as an executive monthly summary. What this is that cup of
Mhm.
coffee overview of everything happening. You know, you're enjoying your cup of coffee in the morning, you want to see what's happening in the business, all the key KPIs, what is the health of operating health of the company, whatever that may be, right? And the beauty of a dashboard like this is the fact that you can automate sharing. So you can send it out daily, hourly, weekly, whatever cadence makes sense for you and your team is completely possible, and even departments, right? Now, it's important for you that specific people get specific insights. So we do that here at Datarails, right? We set permissions. So HR, sales, operations, let's say it's divided by those teams. We will set relevant insights for each team so that each department member can see only the insights that are pertinent to them. And who controls all of that? You do, because you are the admin, for example, at the Datarails. You can only use Datarails as a verified user. That way we keep your security safe as well. Let's talk about the AI. Any questions here so far?
We get
Awesome. So let's talk about this very briefly. I know you guys are not currently running any kind of presentations, but you might want to reconsider because in data rails, you're going to be able to build an entire presentation because it will pull the data from the dashboard and generate a slide deck. And guess what? The AI engine will even write the commentary. Let me show you. So as this is loading up, you can see that, this has been completely written by AI. You can go ahead and change it. These are the different slides that it has generated for you. Now, the interesting aspect of this is that let's say you were presenting, right? You have the ability to present on a completely dynamic and kind of it's completely drillable, right? And an interactive dashboard. So let's say a question
um,
comes up, you don't have to go through your clunky data files to figure out what the answer is. You're just going to drill into the data right over here, and it's going to uncover what you're looking for. Just to show you how quickly it is to make something like this, I'm going to show you right now in real time. So we're on this dashboard. I'm literally going to press create, done, spacebar, create, and I'm done. The entire deck is made. And the idea is that your documents and your dashboards are going to be built out the way you want them to. So having these slides in the way they want is just going to be a piece of cake, for the lack of a better word. Any other questions here so far?
not me.
Okay,
Kata.
so now any question, Kevin?
I'm sorry, Kata.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so
Okay.
the last portion of our demo for today at least is AI agents, which is probably the most transformational thing that I have seen while I have worked in this space, genuinely. This is the personal chat GPT of your organization completely embedded with your data sources. You can ask it any kind of question. It is your financial analyst on your fingertips with AI capabilities. So the sky is the limit. Let me show you. So for example, I'm asking it a reporting standpoint question. In my environment, I asked it just a very standard question. Can you show me revenue by customer for the last month? It'll break it down in a matter of seconds, and then it will make and put that into Excel. This is just a generalized use case. It's going to be building out graphs for you, bar graphs, like all kind of different data points. And then the interesting thing is that you can also reprompt it, right? Like you would in ChatGPT, but the only difference is this knows your data inside out. So you're asking about any variance analysis, any forecast, what you're envisioning for the future. What do I need to do next, for example, is now all possible within AI agents. Every single thing I have showed you is part of our offering today.
Wow. Wow. That's never expected that Rails included an AI like ChatGPT for us is super important too. Because we then don't need to rely on ChatGPT. She will get jealous, but she has her limitations. So yeah, Rails keeps looking more better, much better.
Yeah, it is very
Kata.
complete.
Good to
I do
hear.
have a
Good to hear.
question about the Excel integration because, as you know, we don't have like a Microsoft suite. We work with Google. So, for example, let's say that Jaritza and I are sharing a profile, like an account in Datarails. And you showed us that what she, I don't know, if you edit anything in Excel, that will change the dashboard. So
Yeah.
what happened when we're working together?
So
Like, I don't know
the
how
be
it will be.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, no, that makes sense, right? So for example, you and Yuritsa are working on a particular budget or a specific Excel file, right? You would be either the admin or the contributor to that file. So you have the complete ability to make any kind of changes, edits, drill downs, whatever that you would want to do. Now, for example, you have a third person working on that same project, but you do not want them to have editing or changing access, but you would like them to be a viewer of whatever's happening. So then in data rails, you would be that person would be a verified user, but they would not be able to make any changes. They'd be able to view whatever is important.
No, but I mean,
Does that
for
make sense?
example, if we're working together on the same spreadsheet, but we don't have like a system where it's connected, but because we don't have Microsoft, we as a company we don't work with Microsoft.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Um,
Yeah.
Kata, let me interrupt you just 1 second. I'm so sorry. I
Yeah.
do have Office Suite, and that's something that we can arrange to get a license for
Mhm.
you. So if this is a direction that Miguel approves, we can get you a Microsoft Suite.
Yes, but the thing is, we don't have like a company. So, for example, if we don't have like a shared um files or something like that. So my question was like, what if we're working together on a same spreadsheet? These changes are showing on time, or what happens there?
So your question is that we are Yuritsa and I we're working on a spreadsheet. Certain changes get made that do not get updated in time. Is that what your concern is?
Yes, correct. It doesn't.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So that the thing is that because all of these changes are happening in real time, you will notice them happen as you make the changes. So you can confirm the changes as you go along because you'll be like, oh yeah, they're updating in the system. The
The
system is
idea,
designed for it to be live. It's a live link, right? It's a live link. So the change is following suit by the system. It's kind of like a refresh of sorts. You
Okay.
refresh and then you see like the yeah. Yeah.
question,
So
Ahmad,
basically that's
just
it. Yes.
Question. With data rails, we the idea is that whatever we do on the main systems, everything gets unified on those presentations, those spreadsheets. So we will not be indeed working directly on the spreadsheet. We, whatever data we inputted once on those systems, the CRM, the ERPs, whichever system we have, when we go into data rails to pull that Excel, everything will be
Hmm.
analyzed there. We don't have to touch that, right? That's the idea.
That's it. You got it. You got it.
Okay.
Exactly.
Does that answer your question, Catalina? Because
Yes, it does.
we are not to manipulate the spreadsheets, we are to manipulate the systems only. So it's a one stop. So once we enter the data on the system, whatever
That's it.
trickles
Yeah.
down to
You
data
don't need to
rails,
do any standard refreshes. Yeah. You don't have to do any kind of standard refreshes or anything like that to, just exercise the speed of whatever's that's happening.
and the good thing, it can be that you, me, Miguel, and Claudia have a profile each in which we do present. We do have those spreadsheets, the dashboards we present, but they can refer back after meeting in case they need to keep seeing some information. So that's the beauty of it,
Precisely.
right?
Okay,
We
Precisely.
don't have
that's
Under.
to keep
great.
Under.
sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing because that also takes time. Hey, can you pull this for me? Can you
Check
pull,
all.
where do I
Yep.
pull this? Where do I pull that? No, they go into one dashboard and get everything. If anything needs to be changed, that's because the data we inputted on the original systems is wrong and we need to fix it,
Yeah,
but
for
not
sure.
on
For
the
sure.
data rail, correct?
Yeah, so
Okay.
exactly. Because once that you have the completely right idea. That's exactly how it is. So here at Data Rails, obviously we want to understand like what the budget for some kind of project is. Here we have different kind of pricing. Obviously, we have a full-blown FP&A tool, and then um we also have like a lighter version of Data Rails. It's called Data Rails Connect. And basically what Connect is that it is a lighter version because it does not handle budgeting and forecasting. How important is budgeting and forecasting for you and your team?
For this year, it'll be our top.
Brett, yeah,
That's why we want to align the systems to make sure that we're capturing the data that we need so we can move with forecasting and budgeting.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense for sure. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so should we talk about pricing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show you two different prices. I know budgeting and forecasting is important, so this is something that I would say is what I would recommend, obviously.
Mhm.
Let's talk about this is our Q1 pricing for this quarter. This you're getting the full-blown FP&A platform, right? Unlimited FP&A tools, unlimited dashboards, unlimited reporting, planning. You're getting 5 users. You get 2 integrations. So let's say we're going to be integrating your QuickBooks or your CRM, the one you spoke about. I made a note of it. Uh, It's called Sunbase. Yes. So Sunbase, and then you have your full-blown Genius AI suite, and then premium support. So those financial professionals throughout, you can call, you can get on a Zoom with. They're going to coach you, going to teach you everything all throughout the life cycle for just $35,000. And we have a one-time implementation, just a one-time cost for integrating everything, putting it all together, building out the reports, the dashboards, everything. So one-time implementation fee of $20,000.
Okay.
Does this align well with what you're looking for? Too high, too low?
I really is my first looking into. I had no idea where the pricing fluctuates for with the different systems. You're our first. So it's a matter of just making sure to have our three different options and go because this is not only like one more thing, this will be it. So I
100%.
understand the pricing behind of everything and so it's paid annually.
So yeah, so over here at Data Rails, we generally do like longer term contracts. We can do annual, but that changes the price. Generally, we do 3-year contracts here at Data Rails. We do not charge the whole thing up front. We have obviously different types of payment methods that are available. We try to make this as easy as possible. Also, we also give Q1 discounts. We have incentives in place, of course. How quickly are you looking to move? You mentioned that you want to move, let's say, next month. Obviously, our commercial team understands that we want to make it worth your while. So we will definitely put our best foot forward. I can say that for a fact.
Okay.
I have a quick another question. Are you helping us? I mean, you, the system and the support team is helping us to integrate, to do the integration, like integrate with QuickBooks and stuff.
Yeah. 99% of our implementation team is in-house. Don't have to worry about this. We will just require a few things like your chart of accounts, and we are good to go. QuickBooks is our number 1 integration at Data Rails.
Okay.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's the most common integration. Everyone uses QuickBooks. So yeah,
Okay.
so this is what I have in mind for our demo today. Let me show you very quickly also, just in case. This is pricing for Data Rails Connect. It does not include budgeting and forecasting. So if you're looking to kind of have everything together, then yeah, I'd be like, no, Connect without budgeting and forecasting. But otherwise, it's like an extremely like powerful tool. Sorry, bear with me 1 second.
Because another option, in case we don't want to start with the financing and the forecasting and budgeting, we can start with everything else and then we can add on the forecasting and budgeting module.
So basically that's what it is. So this is what Data Rails Connect looks like. As you can see, it's much cheaper. It has a lot of similarities from the actual platform. The only difference is that you are not going to be doing any kind of forecasting or budgeting in this platform. You will still have access to dashboards, to storyboards. You'll have implementation calls, trainings. You'll still be able to do your automated integrations, but anything to do with budgeting and forecasting will not be possible in this. What you can do is try this, and then as you like it and you control it to understand the value, you can migrate to the FP&A tool. But it
Mm.
depends. Again, Yaritza, if you are looking to make a long-term relationship and partnership, and it's about a few $1,000s here and there, we wouldn't want you to miss out on something and be like, oh yeah, we bought Data Rails Connect, but we really needed a budgeting, for example. We should have just bought the whole thing. You know what I mean? So again, we'll need some clarity from you about that. What I can do is I can send you a recording of our call today, as well as both of these slides. And then why don't we schedule another call? Or what do you suggest?
Yes. Yes, I would like to have those the deck with the information, but
Okay,
I
and the
do
recording. I'll send you the recording also.
perfect because I can send the recording and everything to the boss and he's really diligent. He will look into this and he can give us a decision if he would like, because I don't know how his
Mhm.
schedule looks like on the
Okay,
next few days.
yeah. So
So I can.
why don't you send me an email? I'll send this to you. Reply to my email. Send me a proposed time or so. Some days that work for you. I'll send you some proposed times. We'll schedule the meeting.
Okay,
Is that fine?
perfect then.
But
Thank
otherwise,
you.
thank you so much for your time, Maritza and Catalina. It was a pleasure, and hope to see you and speak to you in the future very soon, shortly.
Likewise. Ciao. Have a
Take
good
care.
weekend.
Likewise.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.